So just a couple of days ago, Lincoln and I were actually able to visit another farm, ranch, and it was just a really neat experience. And they're all about sheep. They do run some cows, but it was just a really neat experience because they do such a good job with their sheep. And I took quite a bit of video, but I didn't get a lot of the conversation that went on because there's just so much going on. So I just kind of wanted to do some explaining of what the video is of. Just like Teddy here, they have a Great Pyrenees too that watches their sheep for them, does an awesome job. And then also everything that they do is just in a good working order, and they just have such a great system and organization, and they manage it so well that it just almost seems easy, when I know that lambing, is not easy at all. But it just doesn't seem like chaos. And they just have their groups as they go through. They have an area in front of their barn that is for those sheep that are ready to lamb, and they have access to the barn. And since we're talking December, January, those sheep want to take shelter when they're ready to lamb. So they come in, and since they're always out there checking on them, then they put them in a lambing pen when they're ready to go. And so that those sheep get put in their lambing pen. They have their lamb. They get left in that lambing pen for about 2 days, and they're able to, that sheep, that ewe, is able to mother up with her lamb, and there's a good bond there right away. They're in close quarters. They have to mother up good. It's also a really great way for Ken and his wife to be able to check on those sheep, on those ewes, and the lambs, make sure they're doing well. And those are Premier 1 lambing pens. They are super light. They're easy to move. They're easy to put up, take down. And they run all their sheep through those, and it's just an awesome way of doing it.
Here we gotta move sheep here. Here's the twisty here. That's all that is. That one I don't close though. Nope. The one that I'll put on the end of that way. That's because we leave the one open. These here too you can see right here. Oh, I see. Yeah.
And these are all Premier panels.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're what's the size on them again?
4x4. These are 4x4s. Well, actually they're 3 high, but 4 feet this way. Okay. And then we leave this one open to get in and out on each one. They stay open.
And they don't push them open or nothing?
Once in a great while they will. Not very often, but they ain't gonna go far except down the aisle. We've had to stick another one in here down this if we got a wild one in there, get it shut, and goats are really bad. Oh, speaking of goats, I'll have to take them to the goat pen later.
Then move them into larger communal pens where after they spend their 2 days, then they get all the sheep congregating in a larger area where they're still in the shelter. They're still able to maintain their, who their young is, which lamb is theirs. They're able to keep track. They're able to keep a good eye on all that and make sure everything's healthy and strong and ready to go. And then as they get that group done, then they move them outside, and they're able to get the groups outside. And when they get out there, that's when they work those lambs, and they dock the tails and maybe any shots and things that they need that way. Another thing that they're doing that's really working out to get these lambs up to par, they're creep feeding them.
We use a creep station in all the barns.
Okay, so so the lambs can go through there.
The mothers can't. Unless you got a really skinny ewe, she'll sneak through there. That happens. But then I'll just put a panel on the top, you know.
Yeah.
That's actually a collapsible hay feeder. Ones that push together when they eat. I just took it apart and used it for. And right now they ain't gonna take on much. But the North Pen are starting to hit it already. And they're a month old. And once they get on it, boy, that goes fast.
Yeah. How old are these that we just turned out?
These here are only a week.
Week old?
Either a week and a half old. Yep.
Okay, and you want them to start eating creep, or at least
as soon as possible.
This is a starter.
This is a starter creep. Yep.
And then do you have
Small
a separate
pellets.
grower?
Yep.
That you.
Yeah, that's over in the North Bend over there. That's a bigger pellet of 16% is what that is. They're still on the ewe, you know, and the ewe later will be drying up, so they'll gradually switch over to full feed, hay, good alfalfa. It takes real good alfalfa. You know, leafy stuff.
Yeah.
As you can see, that's really good leafy stuff.
Yeah. Do you grow that yourself here then and bale it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of alfalfa ground.
So then as they start growing, and I think they wean them completely at like 11 weeks. So I mean, they're in that time, in that 11-week period, before they're even weaned, you know, they're already getting on that creep. They're building body conditioning, and these lambs will be shipped off, and most of them aren't kept there, and it's just a great income for them and their family, and they do such a good job at that. But the creep feeding is a huge part. A lot of it's automated.
Just two portable barns put together is what these were. They're just sitting here actually.
So it just augers in the creep on. It's just automatic, obviously.
Just flip this switch. There's a bin back there, and it'll you can shut these things on and off too. Got a rope you pull. These ropes that are on, not this one don't have them, but that one. Them three got a rope. You can shut them off and turn them on. Feel ever which one you want, or you can just let it run until it gets up to here, and it'll be full. But you got to make sure you shut it off. I do got a switch you can put up there that will shut it off automatically, but I don't use that. So, but anyway, we set this up when we built the barn here. We had these made for here, and I can pull these out. You just pull a pin, and these come out to clean it. I use a skid steer in here. I just got to leave enough in the all over the top, you know, to get over the edge, and then I'll just carry it back and forth until it's out, and do a little fork work, and it's out. So, this is where they really start hitting the feed, and I want an automatic system. I want to have to.
With a flip of a button, a motor starts and can bring that creep in, fills all the creep feeders. They have a few manual ones that they fill up manually. They make sure that all those lambs have access to the best alfalfa hay that they grow and bale there locally, so that they can get that conditioning right on those lambs, get them in really good shape. It makes for healthy sheep, it makes for healthy lambs. Also, the sheep themselves have access to really good food, good quality food. They do a little bit of small grain farming there, and they grind and mix their own, and they have feed troughs where they feed those sheep at, and just amazing, really, really good alfalfa and grain mixture there that condition those sheep. Keep those sheep making good milk, so that they have enough milk, they're in good body condition to have great lambs, and be able to feed those lambs, and then be able to come out of that lambing season healthy and strong and ready to, eventually they'll go right out on pasture. They've got amazing hay storage. They're storing all their alfalfa hay. I think pretty much, if not all of it, is grown by them. they're baling it all in square bales. They're putting all the square bales. They're putting all the square bales into those buses.
Cool. You seen these school buses?
Yeah.
That's our bale storage.
Bale storage in a school bus. Cool.
It stays dry, and the only problem is getting the bales from the field to here is the hardest part.
Oh, man.
It was full to the back. Yeah. That's actually not the best alfalfa. It was. We use this for the ewes. If we got to feed like the inclement weather, we put bales out there for them to eat. I got better bales in the next bus that goes that way.
So this keeps for. I mean, this will keep forever if it's.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that won't keep is straw that has a little grain in it. Mice get in there.
Oh, sure.
And they chew the hell out of it. They just. Yeah. It's just chewed. It's chaffy.
Yeah.
If you can get some straw without any grain that that's left over in there, then it's fine.
Okay.
And it stays dry. The cats can go in the front door where the bottom transmission was. They can crawl in there. You find them in here sometimes.
Yeah.
In the springtime, it's nice and warm in there because the sun's hitting them, the windows. But we have to fill these every year because they're all used up. I think this one holds 90 or 100 bales. That one's 125 because it's longer. I got these buses for $100 a piece. They were stripped out and everything. The seats were all out of them, Somebody used them for parts for vehicles. And just had to make a door here. Well, I guess we can close the door up, huh?
We'll have help for tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So having all that hay storage in those buses just makes so much sense. He got those buses on the cheap big time. And yeah, it takes a lot of effort to get each bale and get those buses full. But once they are, that hay is going to keep forever. I mean, it's not forever, but it's going to keep for a really long time. Just a tremendous idea and great way to reuse. It's a lot of work to get all the bales and all his hay situated up in the hay mow in his barn. He's got all the straw up there, but once everything's in place and he works hard at that and he gets it going, it just makes for an easy, non-stressful lambing process of just getting it done, having healthy animals, having healthy and clean pens, and he's just doing an amazing job. Another thing that they do really well with is getting those sheep mineral. Selenium.
Yeah, you want a lot of selenium in it.
They have access to loose mineral at any time, and then also the lick tubs, which is a protein supplement as well. So just everything to balance out when really it's the time in where the most is needed out of that sheep and the most is drained from them with the lambs, with everything that they're going through. But here they have all the supplements, they have all the feed, they have everything that they need to have great healthy animals. And you can tell everything on the place is clean and healthy and ready to go. So I hope you learned a lot from this video and see something really special here, because these guys are working hard to do a great job and they're doing it, and they're very successful here. If you have any questions about what maybe something I didn't cover, do leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll try to answer those. So thanks so much.